I talked to you like 3 hours ago. Like literally 3 hours ago, I talked to you.
Man, just a gym rat, man. That's all we're trying to do right now.
Oh man! First of all, how's it been? Your first NBA media day?
It's been fun, like just meeting a ton of people. Everybody working around Sac area. Everybody is very passionate. That was the main thing. They had a couple really cool decor down at
Oh
the. Oh,
really?
I'm not saying much, but
Okay.
you guys will find out during
Yeah.
season. But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been fun.
We were just talking about the fact that Kings fans love it when a young player is excited to come here. Can you tell us about how it felt when you found out you were coming to the Sacramento Kings?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's coming into the league. I think that's the first
Sure.
half of it, right?
Yeah.
Some kind of a dream come true, the objective, the goal you've set yourself for the past couple of years. And then coming to Sacramento, it was really dear to my heart because, as I mentioned, I think in my press conference, some friend of mine like are from here, and I spent a Christmas here 2 years ago, and being able to be welcome in this community 2 years ago when I was still, nobody. I really felt like, the energy of the city, very welcoming, very warm, and now being a bigger part of the city, if I can say this.
Sure.
You still feel as welcome, and people are still, super intense about the Kings. So I'm just really happy to be here, staying in California as well,
Yeah,
which is
Northern
something that makes
California,
sense.
right?
No,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
it makes sense to me, and I love it. I mean, great history around here, so just trying to embrace it.
Yeah.
Max just looked you up. Comp sci and math major
Yeah.
at Stanford, right?
Yeah.
Looking at your development basketball wise, you were going to have a professional basketball career. Why push yourself that hard academically?
I think it's just having the opportunity to do so. I think, everybody always talk about having once you have an opportunity, you gotta take it, right? You gotta take it. You gotta make the most out of it. And I think, as you said, you did not look at someone who was disturbed or anything on the court. I mean, it doesn't matter what I was doing off the court in terms of like studying or anything, as long as I was performing. And it really helped me have the balance off the court and on the court, being able to meet people, talk, learn, develop yourself as a man. I think that's what life is about too, is you're a basketball player, but before everything else, you're a man, you're an actor in your community. So I think that's what helped me. That's what helped me develop, and eventually it got me here. I'm not saying that I'm still doing any of that on the side.
Right,
now.
I was about
Like,
to
now,
say.
now we're professional.
You going back for your masters now or something too?
No.
Like, dang.
We're all in for now, but I do think it's important to show the world and show young kids as well that if you have the ability and the opportunity to do both, you should embrace it. I think the more you can add to your toolbox, the better person and the better player you'll be in the end. So I'm really proud of that. I think my family is really proud of that too, and that's all that matters.
How tricky was it, if I may ask, to balance that at Stanford, those very difficult subjects, with playing, college basketball?
Well, you just have to figure out time management and prioritize. I think my freshman year, I lost a lot of sleep because of it, but then eventually I figured out, okay, well, I need to prioritize basketball, especially when we're in season. And then once that basketball part is done, okay, I need to do my studying. And then once that is done, I can eventually hang out with friends and everything. But if you start to wake up, play video games, you don't get your shots up, then you're late for that, then you got to run to class, but then you're too tired to, so you got to prioritize and you got to make time for what matters to you. For me, 3 years ago, it was, studying basketball and relationships around me. And I think now I can fully dive into those basketball and his family on the side. So it's been a fun journey, learning a lot about myself, and I'm really, really glad I did it.
That's ultimately why I didn't go to Stanford. Because they didn't want me. So those 2 reasons. Those are the only 2 reasons I didn't go there.
Yeah, I hear that.
You into video games at all? You got time for that now, or nah? Never really been a big video guy.
I mean, a little bit. I try to be really intentional with my time, to be very honest. So if I do play with, friends on the mic and we're having kind of like a social time all together, then that's fine. But if it's just by myself, I usually try to do something else. And also there's so much more for me to discover in this city. So I try to, explore a little bit. And once again, like, now we're professional. Like, I don't know. I really like to be in the gym and spend time here, more than in front of a screen, but sometimes to release the pressure a little bit. It's much needed. Absolutely.
Can I ask what it was like to get off to the start you got off to in Summer League? People were so excited. And I know you've got your whole career in front of you, and it's just Summer League. But your first game, people were going crazy. What was that like to get off that start?
I mean, it's just a game like everything, every other game. The way I prepare, the way I approach it, I try to be very consistent in that. I think that's the key to success. And eventually, that one game ended up working out really, really well. And I think it's good that you can show some kind of upside early on, and people start to believe in that and start to invest in this. So in that sense, I'm really happy, but I'm also really proud of the whole young core as a group. I think myself, but Nick, Isaiah, IJ, DP, Dylan, like all these guys also showed a lot of good things. And I mean, we went to the final of the Summer League, right? Like we need to get over the hump and win that championship, as I've talked about before. But I was really proud of the guys, the way they showed up and the way they prepared for that tournament. So hopefully we can bring that in and trying to approach training camp and then season the same manner, right? So I think it was a really good thing.
Yeah.
How do you get minutes on this team? What are the coaches telling you?
Touch talking about toughness, defense. I think these are the first two things. Every game is gonna be they're gonna be two games. They're gonna be the basketball game and they're gonna be the fight. No matter what, you want to win the fight, right? So I think as a rookie and as a guy who's supposed to still be young with energy, you want to bring that fighting spirit. You want to bring that talk. You want to bring those extra little things, and that's what I'm focused on right now.
If I may ask you, I know a lot of experts were surprised you lasted as long as you did in the draft. We're thrilled that you're here. Were you surprised that no one picked you until the Kings did?
Honestly, like these are the kind of things that you cannot really control, and you just gotta embrace the opportunity. I don't hold grudge against any team or anything like that. I don't hold any kind of like remorse or anything. Like
Sure.
that's my journey. I wear 42 4 years in college. I got drafted 42. If you want a sign, that's a sign. You know what I'm saying? Like it worked out just fine, and that's what matters. You can't rewrite history like that, but you can make the people prove the people wrong. As they
So you
say.
were surprised, weren't you?
You do whatever you want.
We were all surprised. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe just a little bit.
I mean, you're welcome. I'm here now.
Yes.
I was talking to Domas earlier. He talked about you guys coming down to Napa
Right.
and working out with him. He said he put you through a Domas workout. Can you tell us what was that like going down there and putting in work with the big fella?
Well, I mean, going down there, that means waking up at 4:30 here and then driving over. So that was the first part of the workout, really. But then it usually starts with weights. He has this whole like section of his house just accommodated for lifting. So we started off with this for about an hour. From there, go onto the court. They have a little gym not too far away. Go there, start with some touch, start with some skills, and then eventually play some one-on-ones, trying to develop that toughness, add some shooting throughout it, and then go on the track and work a little bit on acceleration, speed, that kind of stuff. And he was really impressive in the intent he was putting in each and every one of the exercises. He switched them depending on what time it is. Is it season? Is it preseason? Is it summer? The exact moves he want to work on. He want to, develop his bag, add some new tools to his toolbox. So that approach was really interesting, and I learned a lot from it. And then over the past week, when he's been around with us, he's just been dominant. So trying to learn as much as I can from him.
I think we got just one more for you. I know the Kings have some things they need you to do, but can you tell us what the development as a shooter was like for you? When did you realize, wow, I can shoot the deep ball? How did you develop those skills?
Well, I think, first of all, you cannot set yourself a limit. Like, once you start playing basketball, you got to learn how to dribble, pass, and shoot. I think these are like the three basics, and I always stuck with it. But then, obviously, as you come into a situation, when I was a freshman in college, you're not going to have as many minutes as you will as a senior, so you need to understand what you do best. Well, I was told I could rebound, I could set screens, I could roll hard, so you start with this. And then as you get more and more minutes on the court, you have more and more opportunities that present themselves. And that's when you start, like, showing to the world that, oh, yeah, I can shoot a little bit more. And then this past year, having the most threes ever by a 7-footer in a season, it's been a blessing. And at the same time, it's been the result of a lot of work that I've put in. And so I think this is just the circle starting over again, right? Like, you're going to play to your strength first. You also got to realize you have Doug McDermott, absolute insane flamethrower. You have Zach LaVine, 44% on the craziest shot you'll see in your life. So you got to understand you might be a good shooter, but they're a great shooter today. So understand what your strengths are right now, and then in a couple of years, what your strengths are then. So just trying to embrace that.
All right, thank you.
Good stuff, Mac.
Yeah, we really appreciate your
Appreciate you,
time.
baby. Yes, sir.
Welcome,
Yes,
welcome,
sir.
Sacramento.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, we look forward to talking to you. And Maxime Raynaud with us, Drapes. And see,
All right, baby. We
I
see you
didn't
soon.
embarrass you with any attempts.